So here we are, Just World Tour Series 2. Now if you watched Series 1 you'll know that after a bit of a false start we ended up going as far east as we could, which took us all the way through Romania and Bulgaria and into Turkey before we turned back to go back to Scotland. This time we're going south. So I'm here in Liverpool, and behind me here is Liverpool Cathedral. I'm going to go and have a look around in a minute. I came down to Liverpool yesterday from Scotland. Oh, it was just motorway and rain and cold and windy. So you don't really want to see that. Maybe you do.
Well, welcome to Joff's World Tour Series 2. Why do you want to go to the Sahara Desert, they said. It'll be hot and dry there, they said. Well, this is Scotland. Here we are, 5 degrees centigrade and raining, and I can't remember the last time we had a dry day. Who wouldn't want to go?
And it's a bit overcast and a bit windy here in Liverpool today. Tomorrow I'm going across on the ferry to Dublin, and then from Ireland I'm going on the ferry to Spain. So that's me heading south. So keep watching and see where we get to. So this is Liverpool Cathedral. Biggest cathedral in Britain. You might have thought it was Westminster Abbey, but no, it's Liverpool Cathedral. And the 5th biggest cathedral on the planet. And as an architect myself, I'm interested in how this building came to be. They had a design competition in the early 1900s, and the competition was won by a young architect called Giles Gilbert Scott. And he was only 22 at the time. And he said to them, you know what, I've never designed anything other than a pipe rack. But they gave him the job anyway. That would never happen today. And today, if you want to design a cathedral as an architect, you've got to prove that you've designed half a dozen cathedrals before. How an architect gets to design their first cathedral these days, I've been an architect for 40 years and I still don't know the answer to that question. But anyway, here in Liverpool, 22-year-old Giles Gilbert Scott ended up building this. So that was Liverpool's Anglican Cathedral, the Church of England. Now we're going to wander along Hope Street to the other architectural marvel, which is Liverpool's Catholic Cathedral. And this one's very different. Built a few decades later, and they originally wanted to compete with Gilbert Scott's enormous cathedral, but eventually they only built the enormous crypt that had been designed by Edwin Lutyens, and then adopted a much smaller design designed by Frederick Gibbard. So let's go and have a look at that. So I've just come a bit further down Hope Street, and down at that end you can see the enormous Anglican Cathedral that we've just been in, designed by Sir Gilbert Scott. And behind me over here, this is Liverpool's Catholic Cathedral. It's known locally as Paddy's Wigwam. The story is that when the Catholic community saw the size of Gilbert Scott's design for the Anglican Cathedral, they decided they wanted one that was even bigger. And they commissioned Sir Edwin Lutyens to design an enormous cathedral for them. It would have been the biggest cathedral in the world. If you've seen my final episode of Series 1, then you'll know that when I got to northern France, the Tigger monument in Verdun was designed by Sir Edwin Lutyens, a very well-respected architect. But his design proved unaffordable. It was just too big. They built the crypt and then they stopped and they had a rethink. And the war intervened. And after that, Sir Frederick Gibbert designed this. Well, it's been an interesting day in Liverpool. The sun's out, but there's a big storm coming in from the Atlantic just now. There's been warnings about it, and the winds are getting a bit dicey. So I think it's time to head back to the hotel and sit this one out and hope it blows itself out before I'm crossing over to Ireland on the ferry tomorrow morning. Well, I've had a nice day in Liverpool. Enjoyed visiting the two cathedrals. Had a stroll around the Albert Docks, had a quick look at the Liver building. I'm told there's a storm coming in. I don't see much sign of it out of the window at the moment. Tonight I'm just in a travel lodge here on the outskirts of Liverpool. I'll turn the camera around and you can see Tigger down there next to the bins, all covered up. There's a Nando's just over there, which I will probably visit later on for something to eat. And then tomorrow morning, get on the road. I've got to go from England into Wales tomorrow and then catch the ferry across to Ireland. And I look forward to that because for me, an adventure never really starts until you're on the ferry leaving Great Britain. That's how life is when you live on an island like Great Britain. Adventures begin when you're on the ferry. So I don't feel like this adventure has really started yet. It'll start tomorrow.
Good morning, it's a sunny morning here in Liverpool and just setting off from my travel lodge, and this morning I'm going to ride down to Wales, going across to Anglesey to get the Holyhead ferry across to Dublin. And for me, this is where the adventure really starts. We're coming up on the Mersey Gateway Bridge. Well, a short motorway hop from Liverpool and we're now in Wales. There wasn't a nice welcome to Wales sign, which I was hoping for. But most of the road signs are now in Welsh, so I know we're here. Third country of the trip so far, if you think Scotland, England and now Wales. And my ferry across to Ireland will go from Holyhead on the Isle of Anglesey. Now cruising along the North Wales coast. There's probably a nicer road than this one somewhere. But I have got a ferry to catch, so I can't really mess about too much. Off the main road and I'm on a magical Garmin mystery tour to go and find some petrol. Goodness knows where it's taking me. Just...
Don't worry if you catch the car, don't worry.
Oh. Oh, well that was interesting. I was only going about 10 miles an hour. But there's no space to get past a car on here. Wow. So this is the Menai Bridge. This is not a modern bridge. And so quite how good the wind protection here is, I don't know. Bridge over the Menai Straits, here we come! The Menai Strait, and I'm now on the Isle of Anglesey, and I got a message there, checking my messages, just to say that the ferry I'm planning to take to Dublin has been delayed, so it's a 2-hour delay on its departure, so I'm doing a little detour. Just around the corner here on the Isle of Anglesey is the castle of Beaumaris, and I've never been to it, so I'm off to go and have a look. Anglesey coast road is very pleasant. The sea is wild. I don't know what my ferry crossing is going to be like. I think it's going to be a little bit interesting. Anyway, that's not for a couple of hours. Okay, well that was a nice little detour at Beaumaris Castle. I was hoping to paint a picture, but the rain came down, it was a heavy shower, everything's soaked, I got soaked. The wind's blowing a gale, so I couldn't go up on the castle walls. Tell you what, when I get to the Sahara, I'll probably be praying for some rain, but not right now. So here we are, coming into Holyhead Ferry Port. Usual big queues of trucks, which mean we're coming to a border. This time it's a ferry across from the UK to the Republic of Ireland. Now I've got to get in the right queue here. Need to find Irish ferries. Irish ferries, that one. Irish ferries cars. That's us. Ah, hello. Yeah, I know. Great, thank you. Look how good Tigger looks in the sunshine. That is a purposeful bike. Ready for just about anything. At least it will be when I get some knobbly tyres fitted. Got those organised for when I'm in Spain. Okay, well, that's us rolling off the ferry into the Republic of Ireland. That ferry route is a new one for me. Nice bumpy road. Weather's not too bad here by the looks of it. And my Airbnb is less than a mile away. Busy little area around the port. The ferry was very busy as well, and I've just changed Tigger's dash to kilometres because I'm going to need that from here on. Haven't changed the sat nav to kilometres yet. I'll do that this evening. Add that to my list of many things to do today. But we're just 5 or 6 minutes from the Airbnb here, so hopefully there's a nice comfy bed waiting for me because I'm quite tired.
Oh, well, I'm here. My first Airbnb of this trip. See, here's Tigger parked in his own parking space, and I'll show you where we are. We come round to the front. All my clobber lying about. And this is it. Home for me for 2 days. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.